Well, everybody, the time has come. This is the final edition of RJ's Pit Stop for the 2020 season. We have officially crowned a 2020 NASCAR Cup Series champion, and it is none other than the most popular driver in the sport, Chase Elliott. This is awesome. I've given myself 24 hours to sit here and really think about it and really come up with what I want to say about this. I don't think I can overstate. This is absolutely perfect for NASCAR. This is exactly what they needed. And it could not have come at a better time. This was all around great. First of all, let's start with Chase. Everybody knew this guy was going to be a champion one day. He's had the talent. Rick Hendrick signed him to a contract when he was 16 years old. Then he started driving ARCA cars, trucks, Busch cars. Here he is in the Cup Series, winning a championship for Rick. Looks like Rick knows how to scout talent pretty well, you could say. Everybody knew this was coming. Eventually, it was when and not if with Chase Elliott. Everybody knew he was a future champion, he was a future superstar, he was a future face of the sport, and I think now you can take the word future off of all of those. Chase Elliott is a champion, he is a superstar, and I believe he is undoubtedly the face of NASCAR now. We needed this. Listen, I've been saying this for a while, for anybody who will listen. And every year it seems like my argument keeps getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Let's be real here. We're going to go to Daytona next February, okay? For the Daytona 500. We are going to begin the 2021 season. And when you watch that Daytona 500, there is not going to be a Jeff Gordon. There is not going to be a Tony Stewart. There's not going to be a Dale Earnhardt Jr. And there's not going to be a Jimmy Johnson. I'm 25 years old, and it is going to be weird for me to imagine a NASCAR Cup Series race that doesn't have at least one of those four drivers. Those were the four drivers of the 2000s, in my opinion. You can look at the stats, you can look at this and that. Stop. I don't care about all that. These were the four most popular, best, just the faces of NASCAR for so long, and now all four of them are gone. Then you can also throw in, a Matt Kenseth, a Carl Edwards, if you're a Greg Biffle fan, Clint Boyer. This sport is undergoing a ton of change. I can't stress that enough. And so I've had this argument for the last couple years now. Right now, NASCAR needs one of these young superstars to take over, win some races, win a championship, and say, hey, don't worry about it. It's my show now. Jeff's gone, Dale's gone, Jimmy's gone, Tony's gone. It's my turn. And it seems like Chase Elliott has finally done it. He is finally the guy that has taken over and said, you know what, NASCAR? Hop on my back. Let's go. That's what Chase has now done, in my opinion. Now, I don't believe the fate of the sport lies solely on Chase Elliott's shoulders. Ryan Blaney, I believe, is a future champion. I believe William Byron is a future champion. I believe Kyle Larson being hungry and being at Hendrick Motorsports, that might be deadly. He's going to be a multi-time champion with Hendrick Motorsports, I think. If Bubba Wallace and this new team can get it going, that's dangerous. Christopher Bell. Austin Dillon ran good this year. Y'all know I'm not a fan of him, but, he ran good this year. He had some good runs. Christopher Bell, Eric Jones, John Hunter Nemechek. I love that guy. Cole Custer made the playoffs in his rookie year. I said this was the best rookie class in NASCAR history. I think they delivered. So basically what I'm trying to say, there's a ton of up-and-coming talent. There's a lot of fresh faces that are ready to strike and ready to take over. Who was finally going to be the one to say, here I am. It's me. Let's go. Everybody follow me. We're going places. And it was Chase Elliott that finally stepped up. This is absolutely the best case scenario for NASCAR. Chase Elliott, here's a couple things that blew my mind. The most popular driver in NASCAR, it's an award. The most popular driver award is given out every year to a Cup Series, to a driver in every series, actually. But in the Cup Series, the most popular driver in the sport has not won a championship since 1988. That is way too long. That's a long time. And it was actually Bill Elliott, Chase's dad, which also leads me, the Elliots are now only the third father and son duo of all time to both win championships. Lee and Richard Petty are champions, Ned and Dale Jarrett are champions, and now Bill and Chase Elliott are champions. So much good for NASCAR in this. I can't find anything that went wrong and is bad with Chase Elliott winning the championship. This is absolutely what NASCAR needed. It is time. I cannot overstate how important this win was for the sport. I'll tell you who else this was important for, though. Hendrick Motorsports. I think we need to have a discussion about Hendrick Motorsports. I think we need to have a discussion about the 2021 season, which that'll come in a few weeks. I'll probably in January I'll do a 2021 preview. Pit stop. We need to have a discussion here. I really hope that Joe Gibbs has had fun the last few years. I hope that Tony Stewart has had fun the last few years. I hope Roger Penske has had fun the last few years. It's about to get ugly, I think. Rick Hendrick and Hendrick Motorsports, they are back. I mean, uppercase, all caps, all capital letters, back. Listen, it's been a few years. We know when Jimmy and Jeff were winning a ton of races, and when Dale Jr. was the most popular driver in the sport, Hendrick Motorsports was on top. And then Dale had his concussion issues, Jeff retired, Jimmy fell off, and Hendrick Motorsports has not been the same. But ladies and gentlemen, that is over. We are about to enter a new era of NASCAR. We understand with the new schedule, with the new car coming out, we are going to see a lot of new things in the sport. New owners coming in. But let me tell you what's not going to be new. Ladies and gentlemen, Hendrick Motorsports is back. They are about to dominate this sport again like they did in the 2000s. I honestly think the organization as a whole, I don't want to say they've been down, because Hendrick Motorsports' definition of down, a team like, Front Row or Richard Childress Racing, any one of those, would love to have a Hendrick Motorsports down year. So I don't want to sit here and say, they're down. They hadn't been running 30th every week. But by Hendrick Motorsports standards, they've been down. And I believe that's no more. Chase Elliott, he has finally broken through, and he wins a bunch of races, and he goes out and wins a championship. You better watch out for him now. There was a moment after the race where Jimmy Johnson and Chase Elliott met up and were door to door. And I don't know if it was Rick Allen or Steve Letarte or whoever it was that said it in the booth, said that almost is like a passing of the torch. You might be right. Chase might be about to go on a run. He really, really might. Now, he's not going to win 5 straight championships. No one's ever going to do that again. I don't even think anybody can win 3 straight with what we've got now. But Chase Elliott is about to go on a run. This will not be the last time you see him in the championship four, and this will not be the last time you see him holding the championship trophy. He is about to go on a run. William Byron finally broke through this year with a win. I personally think William Byron is a future champion. I think this guy has all the talent in the world. I think he is going to win a ton of races, multiple championships. I think this is a guy that can help carry the sport for the next few years also. Alex Bowman, we saw what he could do this year. He won at, Fontana or something like that. He is like the quintessential, he's going to seventh place you to death. He's going to finish top 10 just about every week. And, late in the race, 20 to go, you're going to be like, whoa, why is that 88 car running third? Wait a minute. Where'd he come from? Oh, whoa. That's who Alex Bowman is. And so when you have Chase, the superstar, who is now a champion, when you have William Byron, who I believe is still very young, still hasn't been racing that long, he's a future superstar. And when you have someone as consistent as Alex Bowman, and oh, by the way, maybe the best pure talent that there is in the sport of NASCAR, Kyle Larson, is now coming over to Hendrick Motorsports, hungry. He's got to prove himself. And somebody with that much talent, listen, Hendrick Motorsports is going to have all 4 cars in the playoffs next year. They are going to win a ton of races, and they will probably have at least 1 car in the Final Four. I believe this run that we have seen Joe Gibbs and Stuart Haas and Team Penske dominate, say goodbye. Hendrick Motorsports is back, and it's great for the sport. I don't care who you are. Obviously, I'm biased. That's my team. Got the Jeff Gordon stuff. Got the Dale Jr. stuff. I've always been a Hendrick Motorsports guy. This is going to be great for the sport to finally have Hendrick Motorsports back on top where they belong. Buckle up, everybody, because this is about to be a run. So, it wasn't just about Chase Elliott this week. There were other champions crowned. In the truck series, you had Sheldon Creed crowned as champion on Friday night. Good for him. Crazy restart there. I'll be honest, I wanted Zane Smith to win that championship. I think he's a future Cup Series driver. I think he's got the talent. I think he's got the look. Sponsors are going to love him. I think he's good enough. So I wanted to see Zane Smith win. That would have been pretty cool. Over in the Busch Series, Austin Cindric became a champion. I'll be honest, I wanted Chase Briscoe to win it. The guy won 9 races this year. He deserves it. Just like Kevin Harvick in the Cup Series, Chase Briscoe dominated the Busch Series this year. It really wasn't close. That guy stunk up the show. And all those Busch Series drivers are so happy that Chase Briscoe is going to be in the Cup Series next year, and they don't have to deal with his ass anymore. So I kind of wanted to see Briscoe win the Busch Championship and Zane Smith win the Truck Championship. But listen, Sheldon Creed and Austin Cindric, they were probably the second best option. They were probably the best option, honestly. So listen, great job for them. This was championship weekend, not just the Cup Series. But it also wasn't just about the champions. There were some farewells. And Chad Knaus, his final race as a crew chief for William Byron. He is now moving into more of an executive role at Hendrick Motorsports. The guy started out, I think, pushing a broom around the shop. So good for him. The rise and the grind and everything he went through and to get to where he is now, good for him. Congratulations. Matt Kenseth, it seems like this is probably his last race. Who knows? We thought that a couple years ago. Who knows? I guess if someone gets hurt or if someone gets suspended for saying the N-word, call up Matt Kenseth. He'll come back. I don't know. Clint Boyer, also his final race. He is going to be in the booth and on the Fox telecast. Sorry if I can get that out. It's going to be Mike Joy, Jeff Gordon, and Clint Boyer for the first half of the NASCAR season on Fox. I cannot wait for that. Jeff Gordon and Clint Boyer We know the history on the track. We know how that went down. But this year, with Boyer doing a lot with the iRacing when that was on Fox, talking with Jeff, they have really great chemistry back and forth. They're going to be a lot of fun in the booth. And someone like Mike Joy to sit there and kind of moderate and, get them separate and keep them back on track, I love it. I think that is an absolute dynamite pairing. But we all know what this weekend was really about other than crowning a champion, and that was saying goodbye to a 7-time champion. Jimmie Johnson has ran his final race as a Cup Series regular. That's, man, it's going to be weird. I said this earlier. It's really going to be weird. It was weird watching races without Jeff Gordon in them. It was weird watching races without Tony Stewart. It was weird watching races without Dale Jr. It's going to be weird watching races without Jimmie Johnson. He's going to be missed in the sport. Listen, some people out there think that I don't like Jimmie Johnson. I really, really, really like Jimmie Johnson. I think he's been a great ambassador for the sport. I will say, look, I'm not a fan of any one person dominating. That's why I didn't like the New England Patriots. That's why I don't like Alabama. I don't like when someone dominates a sport. And I don't really like the Golden State Warriors. I don't want to see dominance. And what Jimmy did in the 2000s, it was something absolutely unheard of, and I don't think that winning 5 straight championships is good for the sport, but that's not Jimmy's fault. Nobody could beat him. He was the best. So, congratulations to Jimmie Johnson, one of the greatest race car drivers of all time. Some people think he's the GOAT. I don't. I could go on a whole 30-minute episode about who my top 10 drivers are. Just know I have Jimmie Johnson 5th. Sorry. So, farewell to Jimmie Johnson, Clint Boyer, Matt Kenseth, Chad Knaus, everybody this weekend. Listen, 2021 is going to be a great year for NASCAR. I really believe it. I do. I think Chase Elliott winning the championship is the breakthrough that all the young drivers needed. I think you're really going to see that influx of new talent in the sport. I think the young drivers are going to win a lot of races. And I think next year's going to be great with the new tracks, with Kyle Larson coming back, with Bubba Wallace teaming up with Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin. Let's see how Kyle Busch bounces back after a terrible 2020, by his standards, of course. There's a lot of people that would have loved to have had Kyle's year. Let's see what happens. I think we're in for a great season. It's going to be here before you know it. But until then, I'm RJ. This has been RJ's Pit Stop. And I just want to say one last congratulations to your 2020 NASCAR Cup Series champion, Chase Elliott. I'll see you guys later for Daytona.